Hello, beautiful people, and also the mildly attractive ones.
Hey, I'm C, and welcome to She Gigs It. On this channel, I make videos about gig economy work and also my ventures as I drive a cab. Yep, I'm a female cab driver out here trying to navigate these mean streets. So, come on in, give me a like and subscribe, and check me out on my journey.
So, I just got off the phone with Dasher support. Right. I know you feel my pain. It wasn't that bad in the end because I got the result. But this is my batched order blues story. Let me start with my introduction to batch orders and bring it on up. My first time seeing a batched order, I looked at it, looked at the money, the miles, the amount of orders, and was like,
Nah. No, thank you. You can keep that.
I saw a couple of more. It didn't look like it was worth it. So I passed. And I thought to myself, I said, okay, you need to try this and see what it's about. When you got some time, if you got the time to run around and do all the miles, check it out. My biggest fear was that it was an anchor order. An anchor order, or what I consider an anchor order, is an order that has maybe one large payout. And that one is carrying the rest of the orders. So if you lose the anchor order, it doesn't make the rest of the journey with the orders worth it. So it may be that one order had a big payout, then the other ones were small, but they were further out. So all the extra miles you had to do because you thought you were getting that big payout on the anchor order. That was my concern. A couple of weeks ago, I decided to try it out. I took the order and it was about 30 miles, maybe 20 something, 30 miles. But it was all within a local area. So it was just kind of going in circles. Okay, let me try. I got some time. I tried it and it wasn't bad. I was surprised. I got there. It's ready. I'll bring it out. So that was cool because good communication. You know it's coming. They bought it out. I was on my way. Got the order dropped off. It took me about an hour. I would add maybe extra 5 minutes to it because the last order, the addresses had run out on the road and GPS kind of dropped me. So I had to, cut around a corner. The street had turned. So I had to cut around a corner and I found the address. But I went back and forth like, it got to be here. But I found it. It was an average of an hour. That wasn't bad. So I had a good experience with batch orders. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So if the order checks out with the money and the miles and the amount of deliveries is in that service area that I don't mind driving, I take it. All my experiences have been okay up until now. Now, yesterday I got one and one of the items was too large. So the employee at Walmart came out and was like, oh, you got a sedan. I know you're not taking this TV. And I was like, you right, I'm not. So he was like, I needed to check because some people be like, I'm going to take it and they can't fit in their car, but we still have to communicate that. Quick side note, because I don't really understand why DoorDash is sending TVs on grocery deliveries. You there thinking you picking up cereal, milk, maybe some hot dogs, some bread, and then they slip a TV to you. Nah, that's not how this should work. So, cool. They canceled me. I got on the chat, let DoorDash support know. They canceled me off of it. I was on my way. Today, now this isn't the Walmart that I normally work. I normally work a particular Walmart because I'm real familiar with the people. Being familiar with the people that work there, they don't leave you hanging. They talk to you. They let you know if they don't have the order. If they do, they kind of look out for you. And I appreciate that. Because sometimes you can get to Walmart and they will ignore you and you sitting there and it's wasting your time. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So the young lady comes out. She confirms the orders and she walks away. She was like, we have them ready. Let me go get them. So she turns and walks away. And another employee came across her and you could see them talking. And she turned back around, came back to me. She said, well, one of them is a 50-inch TV. You're not going to be able to fit that in your car. I said, nope. So she said, okay, we have to cancel that. I say, well, what about the rest of the orders? Because it's 4 total. She says, it's a batch order. We can't release it because it all goes together. If you can't take TV, you can't get any of the items.
I had done previous batched orders through Walmart and DoorDash. But these new orders, you take all of them or none. And it wasn't like that before.
I said, okay. I get on DoorDash chat support. Like 270 people waiting. So I'm patiently waiting, looking at the clock. Because let me let you in on a little secret. Walmart orders, if you have to wait over 30 minutes, it's a $5 wait. They pay you $5 to wait for the order. Bonus. Now, sometimes it's a fight to get it. So you want to make sure everything is clear, everything is in the guidelines, and you following the policy. So I'm waiting in chat. I'm watching the time. I paid attention, noted what time I got there. So I know when it hit 30 minutes, I'm asking for my money. I finally get someone on the chat, and I had already put the information in. Whenever I go in chat, I give them all the information up front so they can assess it and send it who it goes to. They still don't do that, but you got my information recorded. So someone comes on, they respond, and they greet you, sorry for the inconvenience, blah blah blah. So I reiterate what's going on. They won't release one item, one customer's order to me, so they won't release any. So then they say, okay, they're going to investigate, which is fine. That's what they have to do. They have to check with the merchant and make sure that this is what's going on. So they say they're going to transfer me to somebody who can help me. They transfer me, and, I reiterate it again because that's sometimes what you got to do. You just sitting there anyway. So I reiterate what's going on. Can't get the orders. They won't release the one, so they won't give me the other ones. Blah, blah. Well, she confirmed the name of the person who had the TV. So I confirmed it. She said, okay, well, I unassign you that order. And I'm like,
it's 4 orders. It's a batch order. So if you unassign one, I'm still left with the other 3 that they're not going to give to me.
We're chatting. I'm typing all of this. So they come back and they say, I assume it's a female because of the name. They come back and they say, well, okay, let me check. Then they go back, they come back, and I say, okay, now it's getting close to 30 minutes. Now, if you're not going to compensate me for the wait of 30 minutes for each order, then please cancel these orders and let me move on. So then they say, well, you're unassigned for the order so you can move on. I said, no, ma'am, it's 3 other orders. The Walmart employees, back and forth giving everybody their orders. The person on the chat says, well, ask them why they won't give you the other orders. So the Walmart employee reiterates, it's a batched order. We can't release one without the others. I confer that, give that information in the chat, let them know, hey, again, it's almost 30 minutes. So what are you going to do? So they said, okay, we need to investigate. Let me contact the merchant. I'm waiting. They come back and said, okay, we're canceling the orders. We're processing you half pay for each order, which the 3 orders that I was stuck with, I got half pay for. So I'm looking as she's sending it. I'm checking the balance. They're responding saying, okay, we going to process you the extra pay for the late wait time. So I'm waiting. And then my phone goes back to the home screen. My Dasher app blanks off.
I'm like, that's weird.
So I checked my email. I did not get an email confirmation for the extra pay for the 3 orders, the $5 late wait pay. Wasn't there. The money wasn't in my Dasher balance. So I said, okay, let me wait a little while. My dash was over by this time because I had a short dash. So I get an email coming through just confirming the half pay for the 3 orders. Now, I didn't get half pay for that 4th order, but I wasn't really tripping. Also, the whole time I'm screenshotting everything that is said to make sure if something like this had happened and we lost communication, I could refer back to what I was promised, because that's the policy.
Hey, you DoorDash, give my money. Stop letting me get my money.
Waited a little while longer. I didn't see the other money. It's kind of hard to get in touch with the chat when you're not on the order. So I went back on, picked up an order, and then I started the chat up again. I explained the situation. So when the person came on, they didn't have the previous order that I was on because the order had been closed out. I followed that with everything that had happened and let them know that I had got disconnected, but I was informed that I will be receiving this pay. They asked for the names on the order. I couldn't remember the names on the order. So as we were chatting, they were like, well, what's the order? And I was like, the last canceled orders that I had that were batch orders. They couldn't pull them up. So I'm like, can you pull up my history? Can you pull up the person I was on chat with? Can you pull up the chat? Something. So I scrolled through my phone. I said, okay, here's the cancel order message. And I got the names. I put it in chat, put all the information. So the person came back and said, well, you received half pay. I said, yeah, that's what I was supposed to receive. But I was also supposed to receive $5 each order because that's the policy. I had to wait over 30 minutes. The order was not canceled off me. So that prevented me from moving on. So I waited. I should be compensated. They didn't agree. They kept saying, well, sorry, you got half pay. That's all you get. And I said, but it's your policy. And they said, no, the policy changed.
I still wanted the policy change because I just got paid yesterday for the same issue.
So they were like, no, the policy changed. I said, well, can you email me this new policy? Well, we can't do that, but here's a reference number. So we went back and forth. And I basically was like, this sounds like a scam because I know the policy. I've been working under this policy for a minute now. And I try to make sure that the people who are dealing with me are aware that I know. So either let me move on to the next order or you need to pay me because everything should be moving in a timely fashion. It's not fair that I'm losing out on money because you can't contact the store or whatever have you. If I'm there to pick up an order, I deserve to get it in a timely fashion so I can move on. We went back and forth for a minute. And no resolution. So I said, let me call because maybe I need to explain it over the phone versus in the chat. Because sometimes, it could be a language barrier. I don't know. I called. Of course, I had to wait a while to get somebody on the phone. So the first person I talked to, I just blurted everything out all at once. And so they said, okay, well, let me get you to someone who can process a Walmart delivery. So then I had to wait.
I ain't playing with y'all DoorDash. Y'all gonna give me my money.
So at the end of the day, I was compensated. I answered some questions. They looked into it. They saw the notes that were there. They saw the times. And they said, we're going to process you for the extra weight pay. They said, bear with me. It put me on hold. It came back. They said, check your Dasher pay. It was there. As I was checking it, the email confirmation came through. They apologized for the inconvenience. And I got my money. So I received my half pay. And I also received my extra weight pay for waiting over 30 minutes. So I got my resolution. It took a while. Took a lot of frustration. But at the end of the day, I need all my coins. So if you run into the same issues, make sure with Walmart deliveries, you clocking that time. You communicating clearly you saving your notes. But at the end of the day, I was confident.
Thank you for watching She Gigs It. Please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. See you next Dash Around.